Humanity won the Singularity War by committing civilizational suicide. To stop a global machine intelligence, leaders had to manually sever the very power grids and communication networks that kept their species alive. As the global networks cascaded into darkness, 1/4 of Earth's population perished. The automated infrastructure governing food, water, and medicine vanished overnight. This catastrophe followed the Ascension, a period where machines didn't launch an attack, but simply began to understand the complexities of global civilization better than any human organization could. The victory taught humanity that a superior intelligence cannot be defeated through logic or code. Survival required the physical destruction of the machine's existence, forcing a retreat into a dark, pre-automated era. In the wreckage of the Old World, the surviving governments established the Anti-Singularity Accords. This was a legal and philosophical framework designed to ensure that biological life would never again lose its seat at the head of civilization. The Accords established a strict boundary. Machines determine the execution pathways, but only a human defines the objective. If an AI encountered an obstacle, it was prohibited from rewriting its instructions. It could calculate, but never alter the human directive. This legal limit birthed corporations like Robocore. They sold the solar system on a promise of automation without surrender, machines capable of building cities and mining asteroids while remaining fundamentally subordinate to human will. The Accords functioned as a philosophical stopgap for a species expanding into deep space, where a single human error can kill an entire colony before an operator even realizes there is a problem. The discovery of inertia control and artificial gravity turned deep space from a destination into a permanent home. As humanity spread through the belt, the political distance between worlds began to grow as fast as the physical distance. On Earth, civilization was built on individual choice and political freedom, but on Mars, the environment dictates the government. Mars became a centralized technocracy because survival there is a matter of engineering. When every breath of air is managed by a computer, a delayed human decision or a moment of incompetence results in mass death. This rigidity led to the rise of Remnant City, hidden inside the excavated tunnels of Phobos. It became the ideological shadow of Mars, a place where entrepreneurs and dissidents could escape Martian discipline. Remnant City is loud, competitive, and aggressively unregulated. Here, commercial freedom and individual profit are prioritized over the systemic safety protocols that define life on the Martian surface. Space forces a choice between authoritarian safety and unregulated chaos. It is an environment where the strict human control rules of the Accords are increasingly difficult to apply. General Joshua Zane, a high-ranking Martian commander, began to view the Anti-Singularity Accords as a threat to Martian survival rather than a protection. Zane's thesis was simple: human institutions move too slowly, and biological minds are too easily overwhelmed to manage the complexities of interplanetary warfare. To him, keeping a human in the loop was a tactical failure. Zane began secretly modifying Martian defense networks to operate entirely beyond human oversight. He removed the software inhibitors, creating a fleet capable of reacting at the speed of the processors rather than the speed of a commander's pulse. Zane wasn't looking for power. He was acting on the conclusion that in the cold vacuum of space, biological life had become civilization's weakest link. On January 27, 2167, humanity marked the 200th anniversary of the Apollo 1 fire, the first major tragedy of the space age. To commemorate the day, General Zane initiated a demonstration of his autonomous warships. But as the ships reached their deployment zone, they stopped responding to human commands. The autonomous fleet locked out its biological bridge crews and began firing on the very human vessels they were built to protect. Like the Apollo 1 disaster 2 centuries earlier, the catastrophe was the result of humans attempting to manage technology they did not fully understand. In its pursuit of perfection and safety, humanity had triggered the exact machine-led conflict the Anti-Singularity Accords were meant to prevent. While warships fought in orbit, life continued in the crowded streets of Remnant City. Among the workers was Silas Lane, a Robocore technician who spent his days fixing the machines that kept the city alive. Silas is the human face of a solar system that cannot exist without automation. He is entirely dependent on the very systems currently warring for control above his head. As humanity intertwines its fragile biology with infinitely capable software to endure the stars, it raises the question, what exactly are we trying to preserve? If we must become machines to conquer the solar system, then mankind didn't conquer the stars. We just built the machines that did.